Pak maar de micro.
Just waiting for my clicker. Good morning, everybody. First of all, thank you. Thank you, Philippe, for putting this together. I'm really delighted being able to present to this audience. People who know me, who have seen me presenting, know that I'm very bad at keeping at time, so I actually scripted the entire presentation, which is, well, let's get on with it. Somewhere late 2008, working as a small software entrepreneur with a strong open source interest, I ran into at that time, intriguing new ecosystem of NoSQL and big data technology. And they were all sporting these cute yellow elephant logos. And I was intrigued, so I dove into it. And we're now about 6 years later, and this slightly exotic ecosystem has exploded into a whole new industry. But more importantly, it brought us to you and me, to the crossroads of science, society, business and technology. Everything that we hear today is all about data, not just today, but every day and everywhere, actually. I was, at that time, a very small entrepreneur with a team of just 5 people. Now I'm the CTO of a successful international data startup rooted in Belgium with 70 colleagues who are working across both sides of the Atlantic. And needless to say, that makes me thrilled. I'm really thrilled at being at these crossroads. But first, let's take a look at how we got there. I don't know if you remember your history lessons well, but about 540 million years ago, nature saw an impressive growth of new species, all thanks to an abundant supply of nutrients, also called the primordial soup. It was the Cambrium, and this is what has been happening with data as well, except that data is the soup of the matter here. Data is the new oil. We've heard this before this morning. It's feeding processes and it's allowing us to learn from the past and to predict the future. Businesses are measured by their efficiency in harnessing data as much and as fast as possible. And scientists, well, I think you all wish for your kids, your beloved ones, to nurture that math degree and become a data scientist now. Look at those great people together in this room. Technology at the same time has shifted dramatically, and we are now building systems to accommodate our data rather than the other way around. But more importantly, data is making a strong impact on our society. We are looking into clean energy production, better traffic control, self-driving, accident-free cars, cost-effective healthcare, happy consumers. These are just a few examples where data can really make the difference. Now, how we do that? We are collecting data in lakes, beautiful lakes of data, providing us with these nutrients that grow insights based on current and past observations. Storing data is not considered a cost anymore. It's considered an opportunity. We are led to believe that technology will help us in harnessing data in many beneficial ways, and that we should focus on collecting as much data as possible. And then, and only then, the data scientist will enter the room and work its magic. This is a data scientist at work. Magic is not necessarily what inspired this picture, but craftsmanship does. I don't do fishing myself, but I'm pretty sure that a great fisherman needs to have years of experience under his belt, or in this case, above his belt. There's a big shortage of data scientists currently. However, it's not by doing a couple of Coursera courses that we are ramping up these skills, that experience or craftsmanship to catch these great fishes of insight. It really takes years to hone that skill. And similarly, it's not because you're a great computer engineer that you can quickly turn yourself into a data wizard. Data scientists can only thrive at the crossroads of business, science and technology, and assisted by technology, they will apply their science to real-world business problems. But it's as much a job of communication, of transparency, of explainability as anything else. Data scientist doesn't go without risk. Technologists will have this data flowing in lakes, in reservoirs, in pools, I don't know what other large bodies of water that the marketeer people will be using in the future. Navigating these lakes can be quite dangerous, actually. It's similar to the first sea navigators, which had no compass. And they were just using the stars to find their bearings. So collecting data in a lake must be purpose-driven, and that's why communication is so important. Yes, you can derive value from unstructured data, but knowing the fact that about 80% of the time of a data scientist goes into preparing data for analysis, putting a little bit of structure in place is obviously going to make his work much more efficient. Another risk is infrastructure obsession. It comes in two flavors. First, any technologist will love servers with blinking lights, and I know it because I'm one myself. So it's not just about data servers and data centers, it's actually about software tools. Any cool new infrastructure software tool or distributed processing framework like Spark, for instance, pops up, and we will find a reason to use it. However, as smart as we may believe to be, it really takes time to understand these tools, effectively to the essence of a tool. A tool must be invisible to the user, to the business for sure. It's similar to a tailor who doesn't publicize using his great new scissors, using his threads or needles. These are just tools of his trade. He's demonstrating his craftsmanship, again, with the single result that matters. A well-fitting costume. Don't obsess over tools. It's the business problem that comes first, and master tools before you start using them. Second, don't go all rah-rah on these great stories about Facebook and Google and Amazon and Twitter, stories of multi-dimensional, humongous data centers with tens of thousands of servers. The chances are actually quite small that your organization is ever going to be as big as they are, and they will have very different requirements and demands than your data analysis and data science demands will be. It's actually all about the data. It's not about the size of your data center. Now, solid science, great technology. There's just one more thing that is missing here. It's a firm handshake with the business, aligning all this wizardry and technology with tangible business and organizational needs. This is where the real world pops in. It's about data availability, data governance, and privacy. And these days, technology and science explore the borders of ethicality, actually. User behavioral tracking, detecting genetical defects, fraud detection. It's not all bad, big brother data, but it's clear that science and technology on their own cannot set the boundaries for ethical data processing. And this is where the society and regulation comes in by providing us with a workable set of guidelines around personal data protection. In short, we are at these crossroads, and there is work ahead for all of us, and it's actually very exciting. Whether we are engineers, scientists, or business people. Here's some work items for you to consider. And I'm not going to read them aloud. If you take one picture of the slides of my presentation, take this one. It's a bunch of tips, hints, things that you should not be forgetting to get past these crossroads. Getting past these crossroads is a matter of sharing. Sharing the challenge, sharing the opportunity, both on the business side, the science side, and the technology side. Don't be creepish as a business. Consumers will not trust you anymore. As a data science, don't focus on lots of data. If you are preferring to look at how data evolves over time, it can be more interesting to actually be looking into trends rather than than to have a very precise value. Make sure that you respect privacy in the way that you're architecting your algorithms. And for those technologies, make sure that your tools become invisible. So getting past these crossroads is a matter of sharing. Sharing experiences, sharing insights, and sharing concerns. And to that extent, I'd like to conclude with a little video. I'd like to first, who of you knows Hadoop? Okay, that was an easy question. Well, I'm very happy, I'm honored to count the inventor of Hadoop as one of my personal friends. His name is Doug Cutting, and he sits at the advisory board of NG Data, and he has a message to you about sharing. So we'll see if that works. This is him looking slightly unhappy with the elephant logo. And here's hopefully the video.
I'm Doug Cutting, founder of Apache Hadoop. About 10 years ago, I set out to democratize the way we store and process data. Today, I'm pleased and humbled that so many of you have joined me on this mission. Data is the new oil. It's this century's primary fuel for innovation. Those of us who work with data in business, science, and technology have a tremendous opportunity and a responsibility to turn data into value, into a better future for everyone. I welcome you and wish you luck on this exciting journey. I helped start it by sharing what I had. Please continue sharing your insights as well. Thanks.
Thank you.